Hi everyone, it's Sean here, Sean Murphy Journal. I'm here to talk about the corner of Dundas and Sherborne, where the street health outreach, street health overdose prevention site is uh, for people addicted to narcotics, and also the drop-in center at St. Margaret's Church right across the street. And all the problems going on in that particular area. Like any safe injection site, there's problems. Apparently there was a meeting at the end of July about the concerned residents of that particular neighborhood of Dundas and Sherborne, and the local councillor of that area, Kristen Wong Tam, was a no-show. This makes sense because her feeling is out of sight, out of mind, and she lives about 10-15 miles away from this area, so she doesn't care about it. Same with Bill Morneau, who's the federal minister in this riding. You know, Otis, he may show up with 2 bodyguards 3 days before a federal election, but out of sight, out of mind with him also. What's going on in the area is the people feel unsafe. These people are shouting obscenities. There's assaults, attempted thefts, sexual assaults, property damage, misdemeanors, all these crimes, prostitution, drug dealing, possession of narcotics. All this is going on. The police are overworked. They really aren't in that area enough, and they can't do enough because residents phone and the police have so much on their plate. They can't do anything. This refers to my incident at that particular neighborhood. Also, I'd like to interject, the people in that neighborhood are complaining that some of these people are sleeping on their lawn chairs and injecting drugs right behind their condos and houses, so they're concerned, absolutely. This pertains to my particular incident, which happened on the second Saturday in August, where I was walking back from the grocery store, and I got to the corner of Dundas and Sherborne, and there's this guy hollering and screeching like a madman. I ignored the guy. I just looked straight ahead, waiting for the street light to say walk. This guy runs up to me, does some small talk. I bring my phone down to talk to this guy. He tries to take a flip phone, which is an $80 phone, out of my hand. Trust me, if I had a $500 phone, there might have been a bigger battle. I kept my grocery bag in my hand, didn't let it go. And he tries to pull my shirt. I whack my arm, get his hand off my shirt, and that was the end of it. The second Saturday that I was there, I was walking in a torrential downpour. I don't think anybody harassed me because they didn't want to get wet. You know, these people addicted to drugs, they don't like getting wet. But there was about 20 of them standing under a canopy, staying out of the rain. There's a particular Asian convenience store owner that's right in that area. I feel bad for the guy. I mean, owning a convenience store in that particular neighborhood must be a nightmare with all these people that are high on narcotics and everything that goes on there. So yeah, that's a bad scene. So I live about 15 minutes away from that particular area, and I don't even go down into that area. I don't need to be harassed. I don't need people trying to steal from me. I don't need people getting in my face, hollering at me. I just don't have the time for that. So I basically avoid the neighborhood altogether, that Dundas and Sherborne area. It's a nightmare. And it's turning out to be like that documentary on KOMO on Seattle about this political correctness with these politicians who let all this slide. And the police chief, really, he's so politically correct, it isn't funny. You know, there's no law and enforcement in these areas. They let everything go. The mayor, really, he has nothing to do about this particular area. The cops are overworked. It's just a nightmare. Similar to like the safe injection sites up around Bathurst and Queen. And, you know, I try to avoid these areas now because they become a plague in the city, and I don't need the hassle in my life. I'm trying to stay out of trouble, not get involved in any trouble. So I feel bad for the residents that live in that particular neighborhood, that they have to put up with that BS. And it doesn't look like the politicians, the municipal politicians, I don't really know who the provincial politician is in that riding. I think it's NDP that's in that riding, and what's the other one? Federal, Morneau. They really don't care. Out of sight, out of mind. And it's not going to change anytime soon. I'm sure eventually some of the residents will probably leave that particular area because they're getting fed up with it. They go to work every day, they come home, and they have to put up with that BS. The politicians sit in their glass houses and don't care. And I feel bad for them. And yeah, that's Dundas and Sherborne. And unfortunately, looks like more things change, the more they stay the same. I'm out. Have a good Labor Day weekend.